right, Dustin DeCrew here. I'm at the Sitka booth. It's 2019 ATA. We're ending the day one, I guess, and always one of my favorite places to come to Sitka and see the ingenuity and all the stuff that you guys do. So this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the new Fnatic Suit, correct, for 2019?
Correct.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it's. I'll just take it from the start. Yeah, we really want to design this all about being quiet, and that's kind of why James is here, because he's way smarter than me, and he also knows how sound works in different environments. So ultimately, what we're trying to do is create a quieter Fnatic system. So the original Fnatic is really great in cold weather conditions. We didn't want to give that up, but we wanted to make it quieter, and so part of what we did is set out to do what's called the science of sound. Okay. And James, I'm going to just go ahead and turn it over and let him talk a little bit more about what that means.
Sure.
Ultimately, we want to quantify how much better the new Fnatic was than the old Fnatic, and we want to look at that in the sense of the deer's perception of the sound. We wanted to do it scientifically, stuff that they could say confidently and feel like they were telling the truth about it all. And then also wanted to try to find a way to just tell people in a way that they would understand.
So I guess to quantify that would be a deer can hear you at X distance, something similar to that.
Yeah, with different movements and stuff like that, you don't want to say, a certain distance.
Sure.
Because, there could be all kinds of different variables. But one thing that we could say confidently was when we measured the old Fnatic, we did lots of different users, lots of different movements that are typical of bow hunting.
Sure.
And then we measured the new Fnatic, same set of measurements. And we saw, on average, a 6 decibel reduction from the old Fnatic to the new Fnatic. And that's a conservative estimate. I can talk a little more about that if you want to know why that's a conservative estimate. But that 6 decibels, that relates to the inverse square law is what it's called. But from a point source, as that energy, that sound energy radiates out, as it doubles the distance from the source, you get a 6 decibel reduction. So when we saw that 6 decibel reduction, it was just a way of quantifying it scientifically and then presenting it in a way that most people can understand, where you say the distance, the engagement distance was reduced in half.
Okay.
And whatever conditions you have out there, if you had those same conditions with the new Fnatic, it would cut the distance in half.
Okay. No, that makes sense for sure. So basically, I guess in layman's terms, right, you're saying that whatever a deer hears or an animal hears at some distance, the new Fnatic Suit, essentially, they hear half of that, or they...
Yeah, it'd have to be half the distance that it was away.
Sure.
It'd have to come half that distance towards you to be able to hear the same exact thing.
Okay.
So for example, if I were brushing against a tree,
right,
and I hit that, and I did that in my old Fnatic as I moved to turn to engage the deer, and they could hear that maybe at 40 yards, that's just
sure.
like then they would have to be inside 20 yards on average to be able to hear that in the new Fnatic.
Right. Okay.
So that's kind of what that means.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you take me a little bit through the design of this, Chris?
Yeah, thanks, James. We did a lot of changes. One of the things that we wanted to do is make the Rangefinder Pocket a little bit less intrusive.
Okay.
So it used to have a grunt tube holder right here.
Yep.
It's still there. It's on the inside of the pocket, a little bit more to the side. Drop your Rangefinder Pocket in there as well, so you can keep that there. And then you're going to see a left and right fit design.
Right, that's very cool.
Yeah, so all you lefty bow hunters out there, there's actually a jacket built for you. So you'll see this one where the bowstring is not going to interfere on this sleeve.
Yep.
And then on your draw sleeve, there's no Berber in this area. That's to reduce the amount of bulk in your draw arm.
Sure.
So that's really important as well.
Another thing that caught me right away was magnet.
Yep.
Right?
So you can now so this will come down and it stows onto the magnet, and then it's also optifade. The old one was gray right here. So
sure.
Total concealment, really important. And then burr pickup. one of the big complaints that people would talk about was burr pickup. So you'll look along this hem line right here and along the lower leg and gusset panels.
Gotcha.
They're basically going to allow you to shed burrs a whole lot more easily than having to pluck them out of
Right,
bourbon.
and that's where they all collect, right?
Yeah.
At the base of your jacket and on your pants when you're walking through
It's
everything.
the place that it always winds up happening. And then one of the things I'm really excited about, if you don't mind holding this,
Yeah,
I'll
for sure.
show this. So on jackets, we have safety harness ports that come out of the back of the jacket, right?
Right.
And you typically, in order to stay connected in the tree, you should throw your lineman's rope around, disconnect, go through. Probably a lot of people don't do that.
Sure.
So they might disconnect from the tree stand and put their jacket on. What this does is there's a constant connect safety harness port.
Wow.
So I can turn around and I can put this on over my tether. I can do it while just wearing. I just put it on and hook it back here myself.
Right.
It's a slide to lock design. So you'll see this little pin drops in, pulls over to the side and locks in place.
Very
You release it, slide this way, and out it comes.
Got it.
So
That
now
is
you
cool.
don and doff a jacket without disconnecting from your tree.
Very, very cool. So,
And
go ahead.
and then the last thing I'll just point out is the pack. If you want to hand me that one,
Yeah.
I'll point out some features.
You want this
I'll
one or
grab
the
this
backpack?
one right here. Yeah.
Okay.
I might need you to hold my microphone for
Yep.
me, since I'm a hand talker.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So this is the Fnatic Pack. It's really designed about being ultra quiet as well.
Sure.
So there's no plastic parts or buckles to click on anything or make noise inside the tree stand. So you'll see down here on the sides, I'll turn this so maybe everybody can see this.
Yep.
You just pull this down, it slides through here, and out comes the molly, and then it
wow.
goes right back through here. So there's nothing as far as buckles to click in or anything along those lines. You just slide it right back down through this port here, and out it comes, locks into place.
That's awesome.
So no buckles, carries a bow really well, will carry antlers. This actually port is for the bases of the antlers
Okay.
to nest the tines across the front.
Yep.
And you can see how well
Right.
this pack is.
It's tight.
Yeah,
Very
so
tight.
you use these straps on the front side, lock those in, again, silent straps, run your stabilizer right out the front to the wings,
Yep.
and then if you flip this thing over on the outside, you're gonna see this tension strap right here.
Sure.
And really when I back this out, now you got slop.
Gotcha.
But if I draw it up, now this carries the load, and this pack is unstructured on purpose, so when you take everything out,
Yep.
it falls down in a really compact way. And then one of the really good features that's also, think about the order of operations, bow arm
Right.
is right there available on the outside, so that sits and nests right there as
That
well.
is awesome.
So everything for
Very-
a bow hunter on what they need, climbing in the stand, you can walk up to your tree, climb up in your tree, you don't have to pull up your pack separately, all
Sure.
taken care of right on the back.
And even like the chest straps or like the cross strap on your backpack straps, there's no buckles. I know like that's a lot of times, you know, you throw your pack on and then pretty soon your buckle's clinking on your binoculars
Yep.
or whatever it is. Not gonna happen with that.
And it stows away in this little nested area right here as well.
Even better.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, Chris, I appreciate it. Thanks
Yeah.
for showing us a little bit about the new Fnatic suit.